Turning our attention now to an important news development 2 days after Chinese President Xi Jinping secured an unprecedented third term as the President of China, and this was seen as a foregone conclusion. The Kerala Chief Minister, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, has sent his, quote, revolutionary greetings, unquote, to the head of Communist China. Heaping praises, Mr. Vijayan said the Communist nation has emerged as a prominent voice in global politics under Xi Jinping's leadership, and then he went on to extend his best wishes for a more prosperous China. Slamming this left's adulation for a country that leaves absolutely no stone unturned to hurt India's interests, the Bharatiya Janata Party has called this gesture as tantamount to a betrayal.
China is more dearer to them than India. So earlier also the CPM leaders, communist leaders have made statement saying that India is trying to corner China. India with the help of other countries are trying to corner China. He should be more concerned about the situation of the people of Kerala and of India than wishing the Chinese Prime Minister best wishes, and that too especially at a time when India and China, we are at loggerheads on the issue of border.
However, the left does not see anything wrong with what they call love for a neighboring nation.
That is quite natural. China is our neighboring country. Communist Party is leading the government. So, while taking charge a new Prime Minister, congratulating or greeting him is quite natural.
Let's take this across to George Kurian, who's joining us. George Kurian, does it seem a bit peculiar that this kind of, a greeting coming in from the Kerala Chief Minister, which the BJP says that the love for China is more than the love for India?
Well, Madhav, I'm not very sure about this one. I was told some other topic. But anyway, the Kerala Chief Minister, Mr. Vijayan, has expressed his views in his personal capacity, I believe. And I don't see any reason for it to be, make a big scene about the entire issue, I believe.
No, but at the time where Chinese provocations on the border are seen, you can see at your screens the kind of, clashes that the PLA and the Indian Army soldiers have been involved in. Several of our soldiers have been martyred as well, on the LAC. At a time like this, we are looking at praise and adulation coming in for the Chinese Prime Minister. When it's not just India, but the world has been, in fact, troubled by Chinese ambition and expansionism. This kind of a greeting appears to be quite peculiar.
Yeah, as I said, in the first place, I believe it's in the personal capacity that he must have given that greetings to the Chinese president. Having said that, he could have avoided the greetings because the tensions that's going on the Indo-China border, and to keep that in mind, he could have avoided the greetings, and so that in the larger interest of India and Indians, that could have been done. Yes, I agree with you on that.
Rajiv Pandey, it could have been in his personal capacity, perhaps it could have been avoided, but in fact, CPM MPs who we spoke to earlier in the day say there's nothing wrong. It's just a normal gesture. It's a diplomatic courtesy. How do you look at it, Rajiv Pandey?
Madhav, I could not hear your question. Can you repeat, please?
No, regarding Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan greeting the Chinese Prime Minister, and at a time like, we have seen the tension at the borders, we've seen CPM MPs come out to say it's quite routine, that this is a matter of diplomatic courtesy that greeting has gone out. But nevertheless, there are senior BJP leaders who have questioned this love for China that is being displayed by the Kerala Chief Minister. Pinarayi Vijayan's greetings to the Chinese Premier are being seen in that light. Rajiv Pandey, what do you have to say?
Madhavji, the issue is simple. Sometimes they oppose the government, and by opposing this, they have started praising China. Whether it is on the border issues or about the COVID containment and everything. This is not normal. This is very abnormal for any country that a political party is praising a country which is creating problem at the border, or even now the several agencies, even US agencies have said that how COVID was, a controlled way of attack on the whole world. It's not, we are not saying that. But as far as the COVID is concerned, American agencies have said that, it was manufactured in a lab. and you see what is the behavior of China on the border, what is the behavior of China on every international forums in which they try to block the terrorist banning, or even Azhar Masood also. Finally, they gave up. So what I'm trying to say is Congress party and Communist party in this country, what is the reason of this love? I am unable to understand. Only the people can see that why. Masood Azhar now you are showing that China tried to shield even the global terrorists. And three things I want to say. One is the global terrorists that tried to on the border as well as on the COVID. And still Indian leaders, particularly the Congress party, which is, have signed what kind of shady deals on some agreement with Chinese Communist Party. Nobody knows what is the content of those agreements, as well as the Communist Party. If you see the history of Communist Party, when there was a war between India and China, also that time, some Communist leaders were talking that after Chinese Communist Party and Indian Communist Party, we all are one and all these things. I don't want to go into that. But this is not normal, Madhav. This is very abnormal for a democracy like India.
Well, absolutely. Very, very abnormal. Those are certainly very important and pertinent questions. The larger question, of course, is that this is not happening for the first time. In July 2021 as well, there's a comment that has come in from Sitaram Yechuri, which talks about China being on the path to build a modern socialist nation. Its tackling of COVID and containing COVID has also been praised by communist leaders in the past. In that light, it's not a stray comment, Rajiv Pandey. There is some history to this kind and context to this kind of commentary coming in, which is why questions are being raised.
Madhav, that you have to see that this is not a madness by the political parties in this. There is a method in that madness. Communist Party earlier also they used to say that there was a saying कि अगर बारिश होती है मास्को में तो यहाँ पर लोग छाता खोल लेते. They have different kind of understanding. But what I'm trying to say, Sitaram Yechuri is talking about the socialist state. We have seen what kind of socialist state is China, where a businessman is suddenly disappeared. Now somebody is saying he's here, there. So this is a hardcore capitalist state in the guise of socialist state. But now the issue is not that what China is. The issue is that why Congress party as well as Communist Party is trying to justify and trying to justify whatever China is doing. These political parties in this country which are unable to fight BJP politically, sometimes they talk about China or they go to Pakistan and seek help to defeat Narendra Bhai Modi, BJP in India. The larger question is very simple. You should ask them that what is this love?
All right. We'll have to leave it there for the moment. Rajiv Pandey, of course, certainly the left defending this is something that is also quite surprising. And really, what would they have to say in defense is a larger question. Of course, earlier panelist George Kurian himself, ended up asking questions of the Kerala government there. But thank you so much for joining us, Rajiv Pandey. We'll have to leave it there for the moment. There's more news coming in at the moment.